part of the prelude.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the First Unitarian Congregation of Ottawa. My name is Lisa, and it is a delight to be your worship associate this morning. Whether you're taking part in this worship celebration from your home or wherever else you may be, whether you may log on, you are welcome here. We acknowledge that our FirstU campus is located on traditional, unsurrendered, and unceded Algonquin and Anishinaabe territory, and that the work of reconciliation that our FirstU campus is located on traditional and of unsurrendered and unceded Algonquin. Our goal is to educate ourselves, and that the work of reconciliation that our FirstU campus is located on traditional and of unsurrendered and unceded Algonquin. Our goal is to educate ourselves. Do take care, and that the work of reconciliation that our FirstU campus is to stay during this protracted unsurrendered and unceded Algonquin. Our new to FirstU, educate ourselves. Do take care, and that the work of reconciliation that our FirstU campus is email this protracted unsurrendered and unceded Algonquin. New to FirstU. Do take care, and that the work of reconciliation and now, use to first our board with announcements for do take care, and that the work of
Thank you, Lisa. Good morning. I'm David Charnushenko, member of First Unitarian Board of Directors. I have 3 announcements today. Next weekend we have 2 important Indigenous speakers. Thank you, Lisa. Good morning. Contribution to national David Charnushenko, member of First Unitarian. Saturday, June 18th, we welcome 3 white today. Next weekend we have 2 important Indigenous speakers. Will reflect on Indigenous spirituality, sacred David Charnushenko, member of First Unitarian. Saturday, June 18th, we welcome 3 white today. It'll be in the outdoor courtyard of Unitarian House. Will reflect on 4 p.m. spirituality, sacred David Charnushenko, Unitarian House in the Saturday, June 18th. For more information, contact Jan Andrews or check us out at 3 p.m. on Sunday, June 19th, for Very House in Elder Ottawa's own English language poet laureate. For more information, contact Jan Andrews as our guest speaker. Elder Dumont on Sunday, chosen for his literary ambassador poetry as a spiritual healing laureate. For more information, respected Algonquin poet as our guest speaker. Elder Dumont was chosen for his literary and finally, do you want to introduce your child as a spiritual age-appropriate information about sexuality? The Owl Summer Camp offers great opportunity for 10 to 11-year-olds. And finally, do you want to introduce your child about body image, age-appropriate information and education sexuality? Camp Owl Summer Camp offers great opportunity for 10 to 11-year-olds. And finally, do you want to introduce your child about registration deadline and education slot is still available. Candidates from July or spot still 9 for the year-old. Finally, do you want to introduce registration deadline and education slot is still available. Candidates from July or spot still 9 for the year-old. Finally, do you want to introduce registration deadline and education slot is still available. Candidates from July or spot still 9 for the year-old.
I'm Don Miller, and a couple things from the Environmental Action Group. It's Local Food Week in Ontario, and so we can celebrate that. It's a really good choice because it means our foods have have to travel less distance, so we have fewer emissions. It's fresher than the last Ontario, and after our frustration over packaged foods in the last couple of years, means our food, it's easier to buy your local food in the news show and have fewer have anything on it. It's fresher and it supports local farmers. So this week, go out and support someone near you. There's a list. It's easier to buy your local food in the news show and have fewer have anything on it. It's fresher and it supports local. That if you haven't yet signed the petition to your MP to support Bill C-226, initiating action to address environmental racism and encourage climate justice, please do so. They want to get a full party agreement so that this will go through Parliament really quickly. And don't forget to check out the final evaluation of our spring free from plastics. We're bringing that to a close. Please do so. They want to get a full party agreement so that this will go through Parliament really quickly. And don't forget to check out the final evaluation of our spring free from plastics. We're bringing that to a close. Please do so. They want to get a full party agreement.
We encourage you to sign up to receive the EUU, our weekly
don't forget to check out the final evaluation of our spring free from plastics. We're bringing that to a close.
And our webpage. During the pandemic, we encourage you to sign up. Calendar continues to be as full as ever in many of our activities. Check our Facebook and Instagram pages. And our whatever your character whatever your faith, so thanks a lot. Calendar continues to be as full as weekly in many of our activities. Check our Facebook, and our whatever your character whatever your faith, so thanks a lot. Calendar continues to be as full as weekly in many of our activities. Check our Facebook, and our whatever your character whatever your faith, so thanks a lot. Calendar continues to be as full as weekly in many of our activities.
Weekly service from worship hall, those here and everyone watching wherever they may be. I'm the Reverend Eric, this congregation's lead pastor, and today is a very special day, not only because of the rain, those here and everyone watching wherever they may be. The order of service, you may notice, is a little bit different today. Our young ones are starting out with us here in worship hall, not only because of the rain. I'm seeing some great artwork. I don't know if you can see it yet. The order of service, you may notice, is a little bit different today. Our young ones are starting out with us here in worship hall, not only because of the rain. I'm seeing some great artwork. I don't know if you can see it yet. Music, service, you may notice, is a little bit different today. Our young ones are starting out with us here in worship hall, not only because of the rain. I'm seeing this morning, as you can probably tell, flowers in front of me, flowers on the table in the back. Our young ones are starting out with us here in worship hall, not only because of the rain. This able to do this safely before now, last couple of years, but flowers and people can coexist in public spaces now. Yes, yes, yes. So before a special friend comes forward to light our chalice, coexist in public spaces now. For my friend and colleague, Suzelle Lynch. Yes, yes. The flame we kindle, a special friend, the chalice forward to light our chalice, blessings and warmth, public spaces now, and light and life-giving energy. It shines forth a beacon to guide us all home. Yes, forward to light our chalice, blessings and warmth to connect and light and to share life-giving energy. It possesses power to shape a world where equality and compassion reign supreme. May this warmth and light and life-renewing energy celebrate the blessings we have claimed and help us extend them in hands and hearts that offer these blessings to all. Can we light a chalice now? Well done. Our chalice is lit. And now our opening song, not exactly a hymn, but a song I think most, if not all of us will know. Jen?
Row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please warm them from below till the rains come tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. Feel the rain to grow my own as the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music from the land. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch and row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please warm them from below till the rains come tumbling down. Plant your rows straight and long, season them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. An old crow watches hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. And in my garden I'm as free as feathered leaf up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please warm them from below till the rains come a-tumbling down.
Mariella and Jen, thank you for such a beautiful song on this rainy morning. Our call to worship this morning is from Lisa Friedman. Spirit of life and love, we live in a fragmented world that tempts us to despair. We would put it back together piece by piece if it were ours to choose. But sometimes the fragments are enough. In a world of cruelty, there is still power in every act of kindness. In a world of doubt, there is still power in every act of hope. May we remember that sometimes the fragments of meaning we make are just the right size to hold in our hands. In that spirit, come, let us worship together.
Mariella and Jen, I said that song wasn't really a hymn. Actually, I think it's a very fine hymn. We have flowers in front of me, and at the back of the hall. We haven't had a flower celebration in this space in 2 years. I've never done one with you. This is the way I like to do it, to have a few flowers here, but then have people bring the flowers that they brought together to make a much larger bouquet. I don't like starting with just empty vases. That seems a little weird to me. I imagine that many of you who brought flowers have them at the back table. So Jen, in just a moment, Jen is going to play while we create our bouquet. I'm going to ask you who want to go back and bring your flower, bring it forward. We have a couple of extra vases up here, and we may need one or two from the back table. For any of us with mobility issues, you can raise your hand. One of our youth, Tristan, has voluntold to help us bring them all forward. Jen, would you play, and together we will create our bouquet. Thank you, Jen. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessing on these, thy messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us amid diversities of knowledge and of gifts to be one in desire and affection and devotion to thy holy will. May these flowers also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing alike. This bouquet we have created. May we cherish friendship as one of thy most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do thy work in this world. We have created a beautiful bouquet. And now we will have joys and sorrows. Reverend Ellen?
I just have one stone this morning from Lisa, a stone for my former mother-in-law, Joyce, from Lisa, and one more stone for all the joys and sorrows kept in our hearts.
If you had some wishes that were just for you, what would you wish for? What would you do if all of your wishes could really come true? You could wish for a ship, a bike, or a car, or wait, you might wish to become a movie star. Would you like a big monster under your bed? Or maybe a fiery dragon instead? You could wish for your very own ice cream maker. And while you're at it, how about a personal cookie baker? You could wish it were your birthday, not just today, but next week and tomorrow, and every day. You could wish for some snow to slide in and play and ride on your favorite one-horse sleigh. And instead of having to clean your own room, you could wish for an elf or a robot or a bear with a duster and broom. Would you wish for some dress-up clothes like these? Some shoes or a hat? No need to say please. You could wish for puppies, a personal clown, and the biggest, meanest fort in town. Or maybe, just maybe, you'd want something else instead. You might wish that nobody went to bed feeling hungry or thirsty, or lonely and sad, or feeling incredibly, awfully bad. Maybe you'd wish for peace, love, and joy for every single girl and boy. If you had some wishes just for you, what would you wish for? What would you do? If all of your wishes could really come true.
We have a question before us. What would you wish for if you could wish for anything? I have a very dangerous thing in my hand. It's called a microphone. I'm asking a question. An answer or two would be nice. Put my mask on. Anusha's going to start. We can have the house lights. Or maybe not.
For grade 12, I mean grade 11. But I wish to graduate and make my family proud.
All right. Carol, help. Thank you.
I would wish deep friendships for everyone. There are many people that are lonely and isolated, I think, and friendships can be really helpful.
Others, we've got time for a couple more.
I would wish that people who have power and privilege would recognize that they gain more by sharing it than by acquiring more of it.
I would wish for community support and broader support for those suffering from mental illness and personal strife.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mike?
I'd wish for a world where we're not flirting with human extinction.
Amen. To all of those wishes. The young ones, we're going to be up to hear this song that Jen has prepared. They were a little fidgety. They needed to go. This is a song from our Teal Hymnal Supplement. I have only heard it sung once before. When the Teal Hymnal was new, a father and teen daughter combo sang it. I think Jen can do just as well.
I don't know if it'll be quite as moving as then, but if you give me a few years, maybe Rennie will come sing with me.
We've cleared off the table, leftovers saved, washed the dishes and put them away. I've told you a story, tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day. As the moon sets its sails to carry you to sleep over the midnight sea, I
Thank you. And I spoke incorrectly before. We have 3 of our youth. One, Hazel Serland, is feeling under the weather today and is not able to be with us. Our youth today are inheriting a challenged and challenging world. It has probably always been that way, and still it is important to listen to what they have to say as they face the landscape of their lives. When I was their age, the youth group, the church youth group I was part of, organized a worship service for our congregation. I preached for the first time and did okay. Folks responded well in ways I still remember. They talked to me like an adult, a young adult, but an adult the same. It was a milestone moment. But the memory that stays with me the most readily from that day is the closing of the worship service. The other youth and I had chosen your Canadian Queen and David Bowie's song, Under Pressure. We even printed the lyrics in the program. We wanted those older than us to hear the message of that song. And it was chosen for the postlude. We intended it to be our last statement. Yet in the custom of that congregation, those in attendance did what they always did at that time. They got up from their seats and headed out towards the social hall for coffee hour. And at the same time, these lines played from the speakers overhead. That's the terror of knowing what this world is about. Watching some good friends scream, "Let me out." Can't we give ourselves one more chance? Why can't we give love that one more chance? Because love's such an old-fashioned word. And love dares you to care for the people on the edge of the night. And love dares you to change your way of caring about ourselves. This is our last dance. This is ourselves under pressure. For me, whenever I hear that song, that day comes to mind. In some ways, I've never forgiven that congregation for not listening to the message we intended, even after all the years and the love that congregation gave me and my family. They cared for both my parents' memorial services were there, and I preached my mother's eulogy. But that Sunday afternoon, when we wanted them to hear that we were feeling under pressure, that's the main memory that stays with me. And that moment is still one that brings pain and anger. I was talking about it to my co-conspirator this morning, Lisa Sharp, about that song this week, and tears came to my eyes, and I could hear the edge of anger in my voice. And I know we could have been clearer about making our intentions known. I really can't blame the folks for doing what they usually do. So, in my ministry now, I do all I can to listen to our youth. It's never enough, but I encourage everyone, including myself, to give them the space they deserve to speak up. And of course, today we don't own the market on what it's like to live under pressure. Norbert Chopik, who created the flower ceremony, we often call it the flower communion, but as I'll make clear in just a moment, he could never have gotten away with calling it the flower communion, nor would he have wanted to. Norbert Chopik was born Roman Catholic in Bohemia, and then left that faith in his early adult life and became a Baptist and trained to be a Baptist minister. At the dawn of the First World War, Chopik fled with his wife and children to the United States, to New Jersey outside New York. And then, after the war, he returned to Czechoslovakia and stayed in Prague during the Second World War. It was there in the United States after the First World War that he became disillusioned with the lack of progressive voices in the Baptist Church and discovered our Unitarian tradition in 1921. When he returned to Europe, he and his wife Maja founded the Liberal Religious Fellowship in Prague, a congregation that met in a building called the Unitaria. I think that was its informal name. During Nazi occupation, he preached in code Czech folktales that the Nazi spies in the hall wouldn't really understand the meaning of. He was a wise one. And still, he was arrested by the Nazis for listening to a foreign radio broadcast. That was punishable. He was taken to prison and later transferred to Dachau, where he was killed late in 1942. But before then, in fact, shortly after the Unitaria, his church in Prague, was founded, Chopik realized that his congregation of those who had left the Catholic Church, they wanted to be done with empty religious rituals, but they needed rituals all the same. So in June of 1923, 99 years ago, yes, there's a big celebration coming, at the close of one Sunday worship celebration, he asked his congregation to come back next week, each bringing a flower or two with them. And early in the service that next Sunday morning, he's asked everyone to come down and fill large vases at the front of the church with the flowers they had brought. At the end of that service, after some preaching and some singing, he asked his congregation to come back forward. They were probably worried. Was this an altar call? No. Was this a traditional communion? No. He asked them simply to take a flower and take it home with them. Choose a flower different from the one you brought, symbolizing that we do not always know to whom we give or know from whom we receive. This morning, we do know that we will receive from our youth. And before we hear from them directly, a song from youth that is in many ways a counterpoint to the song I mentioned earlier, Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie. This is Diamond from youth and young adults. It was written by a trans youth. It debuted at last summer's Unitarian Universalist General Assembly. The words, well, you'll pick them out, but just in case. If there's no pressure, there'll be no diamonds. I know I will be a diamond. Let's listen together.
Me down, no, no. still hang on. So if there's no pressure.
If the audio's not clear, we can skip it. It's okay. Oh, we're all right? Yeah, let's let it go. Let's let it go. And let us hear from our own youth. Thanks for trying. No fault of yours. Sometimes the audio doesn't come through the lines. In your program, we list first Hazel. I mentioned she is feeling under the weather. Tristan has agreed to read the poem that Hazel chose for us, The Wishes That Didn't Come True by Ms. Mom. Tristan.
He blew his birthday candles out. Her penny hit the well. They closed their eyes and dreamed a dream that they would never tell. The children pulled the wishbone. Dandelion seeds dispersed. Fingers crossed so hopefully, rituals well rehearsed. But no one ever mentions, though successes counted are few, the wishes made upon a star that did never come true.
Thank you, sir. Anusha?
Sorry. Okay, hi, my name is Anusha, and this song is actually a rap song, but I'm not gonna rap it because I don't rap. It's called Till I Let Go by Nefex. Okay, so. Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless, sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious, I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean, filled up with emotions. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen. The scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hope. 'Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hope. 'Cause I can't move on till I let go. I need time to deal. The pain makes me real. I don't want to feel. I just want to kill. The bad thoughts and steal. A good thought and meal. I'm just lost, I feel. I need time to heal. I can't steer the wheel. 'Cause this drive, it kills. It gives me the chills. An ice road it feels. A slip off and peel. And crash off all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hope. I can't move on till I let go.
And now, Anna, I don't know if you want the riser or not. You got it.
Hello, My name is Anna, and I'm going to read a poem called Future's Hero by Amy K. Chekowitz. Future's Hero. The future's hero combats hate, studies history, avoids the fate. They forbid complacency, fight against group apathy. The future's hero promotes peace, one for all prosperity. They listen with intent to learn, to prevent war's torrential burn. The future's hero protects Earth, honors humans' sphere of birth. They reduce, recycle, and reuse, precious resource not to lose. The future's hero wants education for every child in all nations. They desire food and home for every person on the globe. The future's hero takes a stand, reaches out to take a hand. They can see what's out beyond and toils for healthy horizon. I want to be that future's hero. Thank you.
This congregation has a long history of care, vitality, and bringing people together to move the arc of justice forward. We've been able to live into our hopes and dreams because of the generosity of those within and beyond this community. Whether you are here in Worship Hall or anywhere else at all, you are part of this community. To make a gift in support of the work of this congregation, you don't need to use the baskets that will soon be making their way amongst the pews. Wherever you are invited to go to our website or contact our finance manager to find out how to make a donation or to keep up with your pledge. Our gifts are freely given and gratefully received. We dedicate these gifts to the work of this community of faith, serving human wholeness, caring for our planet, upholding religious freedom, welcoming the stranger, loving one another.
For your generosity. Thank you. And now I would invite our youth, and we could use a couple more volunteers to come and distribute the flowers to those here. Terrific. Oh, we got to get a Picture in there first, hold on. All right. Make sure everyone has one. Everyone's seating. And please include Reverend Ellen and Jen and the people at the AV stand back there. Before we close this time of worship and reflection, a reminder that hospitality hour will begin at 11:30, and our online hospitality hour will begin at 11:30. And for any who would like to, we'll have an internet link set up in the lounge, which is out those doors and to the right. But first, hold up your flower, and everyone look around. Take in this moment. That's something I tell every couple whose wedding I officiate, to take a moment and pause and look around. Recognize and take in the beauty that surrounds you, that surrounds us. I should tell you more often than I do that you are a beautiful collection of people. And today, the gifts of the flowers that you have brought and our youth have helped distribute, youth and others, make you even more beautiful than usual. Take it in. Take it in. 99 years ago, as I mentioned earlier, in June of the previous 23, Norbert Chopik offered this prayer to his congregation as they sat with flowers in their hands. In the name of Providence, which implants the seed in the future of the flower, and in our hearts the longing for people to live in harmony. In the name of the highest, in whom we move and who makes the mother and the father, the brother and the sister, lover and loner, what they are. In the name of sages and great religious leaders who sacrifice their lives to hasten the coming of the age of mutual respect, let us renew our resolution sincerely to be brothers and sisters and siblings, regardless of any kind of bar which estranges us from one another. In this holy resolve, may we be strengthened knowing that we are part of God's family, that one Spirit, the Spirit of love, unites us. And may we endeavor to help create a more perfect and joyful life for all. Amen. With that said, I will extinguish this chalice because the blessing, literally, is in your hands. This morning's chalice is extinguished. The color of our flowers, our memories and hopes for love, and the spark of our connections and our faith remain. With that said, Jen, will you bless us once again? I'm going to ask you to juggle your flower as well as extend hands beyond you and your bubble, beyond us in this space, out beyond our city and our land. As we prepare now to leave this space and this time, may our hearts remain open and our minds remain clear. We are people of both reason and heart, of both memory and hope. May we also remain people of love, providing a place in this world for our spirits, a place perhaps best called home. As now we return to the challenge of helping the world come alive in love, let us go in peace, my friends. Go in peace, and let us take in this morning's postlude together. This is Fix You by the One Children's Choir, a song originally written by the UK supergroup Coldplay. Let's listen.
Try your best, but you don't succeed. When you get what you want, but not what you need. When you feel so tired, but you can't sleep. Stuck in the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste. Oh, could it be worse? Tears streaming down your face.
Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones.
And I will try to fix you. Oh, to fix you. Fix you.
And high up above or down below, when you're too